Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 31st of March 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck for this reading. Let's have a look at what the cards have to say. These readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. The tarot cards have a look at it's kind of like the energetic weather report. It just tunes in to what the day is about and what kind of energy it's going to have and how we can turn that around to our advantage. The Hanged One, 10 of Wands, and Eight of Swords. All right, so the Hanged Man or the Hanged Woman, the Hanged One, is the right way around. It's someone who is being tied up by a tree and they're hanging there, and it's a punishment for some sort of crime. There's the enlightenment that follows, or the thought behind the punishment is that the person will see the light and will then be, number 4, do you see that? He will then be, or she will then be, a productive member of society. I don't know many hanged people who've turned things around for them, and I also don't know many criminals, and I don't know many criminals who are reformed. So I don't think the hanged man concept in itself works. What I think with the hanged man, what we need to do is, rather than wait to be punished by other people, we ought to try and find some sort of security in the physical, practical world. Look at all this wood here. It's a tree. Get some sort of a foothold on something practical. Work towards stability. And you, within that work for stability, within that progress in your career, within that kind of spiritual journey you're on, there will be a point where you plateau and get to the next secure level, and you see things a little bit more brightly. So turn this around, and instead of waiting for feeling victimized or waiting around for someone to give you permission to do something, or you're just kind of listless and you don't really have a focus on anything, turn this around. It's a great day to bring passion and emotion back into your life by being practical. Next card is the 10 of Wands. And this poor witch, she can barely hold all of these 10 wands. Wands is the element of fire, and it has to do with life purpose and vocational aptitudes, passion, anger, love, travel, overcoming obstacles. It's everything to do with fire, so it can really light up and warm things and be passionate and amazing and marvelous. It can also destroy and turn things to ashes, so it can be transformative. Each wand represents a life path, and she's trying to do everything at once. This is the Modern Witch Tarot, so she's taking herbology and crystals and divination and too much that she can't handle it all. And eventually they're all just going to fall. What the 10 of Wands needs to do is to pick 1 or 2 of these things and to focus on those. Because if you're trying to solve everything today, including your own perception of things, that's a lot to take on your plate. So 1, change the perception around by being practical, but you can't be practical if you're completely overwhelmed. So cut down the activities that you're doing to the bare minimum and keep it simple, and only do the things that you enjoy the most. Okay, the Wands is also about fun and children and having excitement and thrills. By getting practical, and through doing the practical work, that's how, with 1 or 2 wands, that's how you turn this card around and create stability. And then finally, we've got the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is actually quite funny because she looks like looks like someone out of the Archie comics, like Vanessa from the Archie comics. Was there Vanessa in there? I think there was. Eight of Swords. Excuse me. Eight of Swords is about being caged in by negativity, being blindfolded so you can't see your way out, and you're tied up. So the swords represent ideas and opinions and situations and decisions that have been made. And she has made a lot of decisions in a rather naive way. And she's listened to her feelings. And she's now in such a muddle with everything that she feels completely trapped. She doesn't know her way out of the situation. And she can't see the way forward. Her feelings aren't telling her anything. Her thoughts are just spiraling. It's, oh my God, I'm going to get evicted and I'm going to lose my job and everything's going to get worse. That's the kind of energy the Eight of Swords brings, which isn't a nice energy. It's worry, it's fear, and it's a sense of powerlessness. Now, the only way that she's going to fix this is by picking one or two wands and using the fire to get passion again and to get a sense of I'm powerful, to rip these ropes off her or to kind of shimmy up and down the sword to cut it off, then to take the blindfold off, and then she will realize that she's not trapped at all. She can walk out of there anytime. She's just been so blind in her decision making that it's coming back to roost. You know, the past is coming back to haunt her. And she's constrained by the things she said and done. And they make her feel kind of constricted. So that's not the easiest energy. We turn this around, the hanged one, by being practical. But as soon as we get practical, we face the first challenge, which is, okay, we first of all want to be negative and look at things in a victim kind of way. Oh, poor me, what's happening? Instead of how can I be of service and how can I help other people? Okay, so the first challenge is you turning around that point of view. Second challenge then is once you have some practical thing that you're working on, that you don't try and do all of them and completely overwhelm yourself and try and do so much and add so much to your plate that you become completely overwhelmed and you end up doing nothing and all the wands go flying to the floor. Finally, through doing this, you're going to feel this inner fire, this heat, this passion inside of you, and a problem that you couldn't resolve before. You suddenly see the light to that problem just by chance while you're working on something that you care about and that you love. Again, if you're retired, do something that you enjoy. Go for a walk, paint, learn the piano. There's, you know, those skip ads on YouTube that people always put on? I really dislike those because if you're putting something on the TV to watch, when the skip ad comes, you have to go to the phone and skip it and then it interrupts everything. And on there's a piano ad at the moment. I mean, what they can do with technology these days is amazing. You can just learn piano by yourself now with this app or whatever. I think I should look into that. I've always adored the piano. Yeah, the discipline. So, you see, like the fire and passion by doing something like that, what I just did is an actual example of it. And by doing something, you realize that you have a passion or desire for something and you see that for the first time. So the aim of the game today is to be busy, but to not be too busy, as in to overwhelm yourself so that you end up doing nothing. The worst way the day could go is that you're just in victim mentality. You feel totally burdened and bogged down and you're just trapped and you feel guilty and you feel like you can't move and you don't know what's going on and you have no idea what you're supposed to do. That's the bad way. By getting practical and seeing yourself as someone who can be of service to others, that's going to help you choose something fun that you can do in the here and now. And by doing that fun thing, you get clarity on one of the problems that you've got in your life, and you're then able to resolve that problem. Because once you see it, you can resolve it. Number-wise, we've got 12, and 10 is 22, and 8 is 30. Wow. 30 reduces to 3 in numerology, and 3 has to do with the Ascended Masters. So Krishna and Lord Shiva and Jesus and Mother Mary and Saint Germain, and whatever energy you work with, call that in today and say, help me kind of turn my perspective around, because I really just feel negative about everything that's going on in the world, and I just want to stay home and be negative. So ask your guides or your inner self or whoever you work with on a spiritual level to help change your frame of mind. And 3 then is about communication and new beginnings. And that's exactly what this is. You're taking a practical new beginning, and by doing that, you add some fire and heat into your life, which allows you to see clearly. And then that fire allows you to resolve one of these problems. It burns away the rope. It burns away the blindfold. She's not harmed, but she's then able to see the problem and make a fresh start with one that she chooses. Yeah, so let's say she starts with this one, and it's a passion to, I don't know, do 1 hour's worth of training for her psychology course that she's doing. And during that training, she has this great idea about something that happened in her past. So once she finishes that hour of training, she addresses this and makes a new beginning in solving a problem from the past that's coming up in the here and now, and that she can resolve in the here and now. So it's a great day for your mindset and communicating with yourself. It's really important if you don't want to feel bogged down. Communicate with yourself and make a fresh start in a practical sense, so that you're not floating up around in the air. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can order your reading there. And while we have this virus going on at the moment, there's the coupon code Spring Special, 25% off all priority and emergency sessions, because it is kind of a crisis time. If you want to speak to me, I'm trying to make myself more available to you guys. So have a look at the website. If you like this video, then please hit subscribe and share the video online. That'd be awesome. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday and the final day of March. And March has been a doozy, hasn't it? March has changed everything. March, in 1 month, our whole lives have changed. I've done the horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac for April. So have a look at those to see what April is going to be like. And watch the ones for your sun sign first. If you want more information, then for your rising sign, and finally for your moon sign. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.